Hello, Dan Manichek back with Lucky Bird. Getting ready to smooth and decorate. And I had a tip for you. I bought these marinade injector things, and they sell these exact same things for putting slip decorating. But I find it a little hard to control. But it's great for taking slip out of your... I'm getting kisses from Lucky Bird, I'm sorry. Lucky, stop it. It's great for taking slip out of your container. I keep my slip in these little Rubbermaid containers. Just actually came out with a screw top, which are actually quite nice for stuff like this. But I can stir it with a needle and then suck it off the top where it's thinner, or the bottom where it's thicker. If I want to, use like a thinner slip or thicker for whatever application, and put it into my little cup so I'm not contaminating, with my brush the whole batch. Little Lucky Bird is on my head right now. He knows I hate that. Did you get off my head? Crazy bird. Where you got issues? And then the needle's actually real easy to clean out. I take it over to the sink, suck water in it once or twice, and it's all cleaned out. Okay. Lucky Bird. I'm using 3 different slips to decorate these, and I'm going to do the lighter green is copper oxide, 2%, and it actually turns out lighter than I have 15% of the stain. Most of the rest I use are actually stain. I have 2 or 3 that are oxide. I'm going to use the lighter. I might use a white slip on this too. But when I first started doing this part of it, I'm not real concerned with getting a solid color immediately. I'm more concerned with smoothing and getting a good, bond into the surface, kind of like a base coat paint. And sometimes my paints will overlap a little bit. My slip. I don't worry about that too much either at this point. Because after this reaches the the leather stage, I go back and I add my final color. So I'll leave it set for another day, covered very loosely, or probably not at all for the first, so I don't mar the slip the first couple of hours, and go back to a final cleanup with a small carving tool and do my color, because the color of the slip gets, when you do it this way on a little bit wetter clay, and plus working it in like this, the color gets washed out, I guess you could say. I think that I'm going to do this in just the 2 greens and then the majority of it black. Maybe do the bottom in white. I was going to do it green, but I'm looking at it. I do have a flat black glaze, but I don't think I'm going to. It might be kind of a waste to do that on this piece. Decoration I'm doing on this is a lot simpler than I originally was planning on doing, but that's okay. Lucky Bird, you are a nutcase. He's rubbing his beak on the seat, my wheel. I just really like the smoothing. Not so much like a question of saving time, but but it does. But I'm not going to sand pieces. I don't want to step up. I'm not going to sand pieces. There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages to everything, of course. But I think one of the things I like about, sculpting or altering, I'm learning that you gain, you don't have to, your shapes don't have to be perfect, obviously. It saves time, and you might think, well, it detracts or doesn't show the skill, but then I think it makes up. After that, it makes up because you really put yourself on the line with the decoration. And one thing I know from car audio, people are either going to love it or hate it. I've done pieces that I looked at and thought, that is badass. I can't believe I made it. It just really is. I'm impressed by my own work. And other people might walk up to it and be like, either not even pay attention or not even notice it, or make some kind of comment like, well, that's okay, I think. So I learned a long time ago, you can't please everybody, and you're best not to even try. Well, that's about it for this video, because this is all I'll be doing is filling in. And I'll do one last video before I set it to dry. Your back, huh, look. It's back to my shoulder. And then I'll do another one when I do the final cleanup and slip decoration for color. And then after I fire it, which probably won't be for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Okay, that's it. See you later.